Hello viewers, this video is debunking misleading, spreading claims that Father Mbaka sued his member Louis Akacham to court. Now if you remember the incident that happened some years back, which has got to do with the death of Dr. Patrick Ifeanyi Ubah, a Nigerian senator. Patrick Ifeanyi Ubah, born 3 September 1971, who died on the 26th of July 2024. Some said it was the morning of 27th of July 2024 in London. Was a Nigerian politician and businessman who served as senator representing Anambra South Senatorial District from 2019 until his death on 26th of July 2024. He was the CEO of Capital Oil, which he founded in 2001. So you may want to see more of his biography. You may go to Google to find out more about late Senator Ifeanyi Ubah, his businesses, and his life on earth. Now, this is what happened. There was this guy, I am talking about James Louis Okoye, who goes by the Epony Akacham. Epony is when someone takes a name after an incident. So this James Okoye was a knight in the church where late Senator Ifeanyi Ubah did a lot. According to the storyline, Ifeanyi Ubah took up the building of a cathedral just by himself, just alone.
I have the video of the so-called Olo Naga as and then. Scaffolding is not even that cathedral while that work was going on. Fr Mbaka POP and at it can be loosed in 2 hours. But now Bishop people now my phone all naga say okay. Mana na mukuna nansuko kuna not the wrong. We have to for a cathedral call over. Now no mistake no my name again.
But after his death, during the inauguration of the cathedral, he wasn't acknowledged. This is where the whole problem started. Watch.
Akacham. Akacham. Dalu. Akacham. Ifeanyi Ubah ndo. Mo ka gbo bezu ke ndo kwa ino ya. Mo ka gbo bi Ifeanyi Ubah zu ke ndo kwa. Did you hear that? Ifeanyi Ubah ndo. Akacham, my last day as a Christian. My last day as Christian is today. Ifeanyi Ubah ndo. Kada ndewi na dodu. Go kwa kazo do kuleku. Ifojo Ifeanyi Ubah ndo. Akacham. Don't even get to Ifeanyi Ubah ndo. Akacham, last day as a Christian.
He got upset. In that video, for people who do not understand Igbo, he was saying Akacham, meaning that it is over with him in Christianity. He is not ready to have anything to do with going to church. And he believed that knowing God is in the heart. In that video, he did not say whether or not he's going to join any other religion. But he was just upset that Ifeanyi Ubah's name wasn't mentioned. However, many people have their different perspectives to this story and what happened. Now, what Odumeje said his own, what he observed in the life of Louis James Okoye toward his statement. According to Odumeje, he said that when someone is tired of going to church, now he comes up with an envy of what late Senator Ifeanyi Ubah was doing, building a cathedral with his own money. And Odumeje questioned why would James Louis Okoye be concerned about what late Ifeanyi Ubah was doing for God. He is benefiting from God. He's getting it 100-fold back. And he said, Louis Okoye, who goes by the eponym Akacham, those people who wouldn't like the work of God to come to an end, and if eventually that the cathedral wasn't completed, someone somewhere may say, oh, it's occultic money, that's why it suddenly stopped. But God never allowed his temple not to stand, and he gave a reference in Bible, a quotation. He said that the gate of hell will not prevail. So now that the church is there, people will not have to gossip about anything that has to do with occultic money as a reason why the church was uncompleted. Watch.
Ego na naiva your body your Fr Mbaka and under bende teva your values no no ka. Fr Mbaka chiente what go back Fr Mbaka like ka fe chineke. Ona alolu ya chineke iwa na ewu. Owelu mbo fo na eva your ba kede yo jele ebe aye mo. Onwe 1 naira weta de. Iya ho na eme ebe a wetara ego. Ego weta ho na eweghị iwe ga ego no ozo. Ụfọdụ stingy fadi egwu ego onye ọzọ ka ị na-ewere iwe na-esiri ọnwụ unu ajọ aghọta ihe nnekwu mmadụ wepụtara ego ya ala ụlọ ka ngị nwa ọbụla ego iwe na-ewe gị so o gosiri nọ ndị a blọkụ Ifeanyi Ubah ka ọ ghara biko Ifeanyi Ubah kwesịrị ịrụcha ụka o nwere ife o nyere ya Ifeanyi Ubah kwesịrị ịrụcha ụka within a few months ọ ndị ahụ bụ ndị na-agwa Ifeanyi Ubah Maka Ifeanyi Ubah bụ mmadụ na-abụ ọ na-alaiki ige onye onye nke a na-ewu ya kedu ebe ị na-alụlụ ụlọ ụka Ifeanyi Ubah ejizie nwaanyị na-arụ ya wonye wambrọk na-arụ ya na-alụkwu ya onda because ọ bụ na ndị a n'onwe ya akwụdoloro ọma ndị na-afọ ha ofu otu alụchagolo ụlọ ụka akpalu ebe a sị praise the Lord thank God na ebe Ifeanyi Ubah nwụọ aka nwee ndị megene maka ịma na obodo a bụ afọ na ọnwụ onye na-alụ ụlọ ụka ọ bụ na onye ahụ alụpụghị ya wee nwụọpịa asị yes n'ọkwa mma otu osi wee nwụ ụkọchukwu ya sị bịa ka alụọ ya ya nọdụ ebe ọ kagbukwa onwe ya ọ na-eme na some churches ije from completed churches today enwe ndị bido ya ọlụchara ya ndị ọzọ agba abụọ mana otu alụcha ya ọ na-asị going God na-enwe ndị pụta anụ mege na lụchapụ ya mana onye nke a bụ people look at that Ifeanyi Ubah Lord Ifeanyi Ubah sịrị ọ na ọma gị ihe ọma ihe ana ọma ihe ahụ ọ na-etinye n'ụlọ nsọ Chineke na ọ na-enweta times 100 yes Senator ọ bụ abụrụ na nketa ekpere ka ndị ụka kpebere ọ bụrụ na senator Ifeanyi Ubah sị gị na ekpere ada awụ ọkụli ojii ọ na-enye Chineke a na-enye ya ọma ihe ọ na-enweta maka onye adịghị enweta blessing from God enwere ike ije n'alụ Chineke ya nọ ndị nwa na onwe gị amarụ Chineke amara ihe Chineke na-emere ya isi nọ na-awụfu ego n'ụlọ ụka onwe onye amara ihe onwe onye amara ife onwe onye na-eji egwu Ifeanyi Ubah mana ya na-eso Chineke a na-eme gị that is why he's sowing maka ndị na-ege ndị ala ntị stingy man unu emezi n'otu a and God afụ na ya nwa n'ụzọ kpọtakwa ndị ga-arụ ụlọ nsọ ya ha alụtọpụ ya ozugbo maka ọ ya abịa ihe alụ na alụchapụla ụlọ ahụ ọbụla akọmọnụ enwere ike were ya bụbazi Ifeanyi Ubah na ịfụlọ o were n'ego ndị ọjọọ bịa blọkụ ụlọ ụka ego ọkọtọ mana Chineke ga-akpọta ndị ọzọ alụchapụ ya maka ọ da-adị ekwensu mma na-arụchala ụlọ nsọ Chineke mana onye nwaanyị sị gị na I will build my church the gate of hell shall not do what prevail. Okay malụ so to that man's way open up ka ịma na onwe ndị achọrọ ka ụlọ ụka ka alụọ ya.
I know that many of you may want to know what transpired between Louis James Okoye and the Reverend Father Ejike Anthony Kaminus Mbaka, because following the headline of this video, many people now will be wondering what transpired. I am going to release it here on the screen. While I read it, you will follow up to see what transpired actually. How this was connected with Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka. Many people have asked whether or not Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka was the diocesan priest in that church that caused Akacham to begin to accuse Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka. And some people questioned whether Father Ejike Mbaka was the one who stopped the church from acknowledging late Ifeanyi Ubah over the completion of the cathedral, because according to Akacham, he said that he has finished almost everything in the church And what a few people who came up to finish the church did were just little things like decoration they put together in the church. And why would the church not acknowledge late Ifeanyi Ubah? That was what upset him, and he renounced Christianity instantly. He left the building.
Akacham. Ifeanyi Ubah ndo. Akacham.
Now, in one interview granted Akacham at Bam House, he said that the bishop was proud to say that he is going to rubbish Ifeanyi Ubah's name, even in his death. Imagine someone who has given a lot to the church. Watch.
Not the wrong, we have to for a cathedral call over. Now, no mistake, no name again. And if I because I know now almost all his years in Abacha. Now, I'm to Pangangwe. No, we allow Kebu at Ifeanyi Ubah, na cathedral all we call keepers. No, I tell for good of him. If I know what on record, even no trash. Why would I say that? Is it because he was a senator? Not gonna even if I can equip. Say, my lord, calm down now. See, I'm there with insult. Man, even the woman on your I will say, I qualify a cactist. Muy banned okulu. Put me. No, you had to qualify the church wedding. Jonas. It's not qualified to be a church prefect or a cactist. Even you will queer. If you can't make if you now if you can't make this that he will call a press interview, he will destroy him even at death. It's a record. Okay, my record at the table. Now, this was why I didn't come back to his office. Towards the Akumozuzi, offering the man they put not Okuma. I said, okay, fine. If I'm in a very big compound, direct opposite the square house, amazing VIP and all. Say square land, Nimago Brace Babe. Okay, never is a good place for the service. So you're fine in Louisiana Center, they will catch on stage. You know, but now for eBay, chop, Filuna, and the man they do why Ojibuluzi, na Bembonelu Nuka. 2 days to the burial. I was calling St. Peter's, no, I have not. In fact, no, I have just St. Peter's. Now, not just Noya, the Catholic priest in his ear. Noka, as the emperor of Catholic Church Nanewi, Nahayenify. Meanwhile, Bishop Ndubisobi of the Anglican Communion, because of few things, if I Merufa, we put a day, we make service of songs. Now this is okay, fine. If I know police come on an age, or presume will reach. Best no call will newi. Uri Woda or Okulonwe, Okwe, Bishop Ndubisobi, or Newi, Marify. God bless Bishop Ndubisobi. Makamba Nekuzi now Bidona, your family, Kaiden Karoka, Kaipon Ndubisobi could ni one night. Who denomination will to do with heaven. No one where a bed in the sky. Messi family about now find my baptism in the Catholic Church. Like this just Kankapana St. Peter's. St. Peter Club and then on outside, can then on inside. What that big space Fr Mbaka would have accommodated.
Okay, back to what linked Reverend Father Mbaka to this issue, because many people wanted to know what could be the cause. What was that statement or comment Reverend Father Mbaka made that provoked Akacham to begin to attack Reverend Father Mbaka? Well, in research conducted so far, we did not come across any comment or statement or how Reverend Father Mbaka offended Akacham. Now, this is what we gathered so far. I am going to leave it on the screen so you can follow along. A public dispute occurred in early 2026 between Nigerian Catholic priest Reverend Father Mbaka and the James Louis Okoye, also known as Akacham, characterized by accusations of fake prophecy, call for accountability, and the severe criticisms of Father Mbaka's adoration ministry. The conflict stemmed from the following development. Initial confrontation: James Louis Okoye, who has renounced his Catholic faith, launched a public verbal attack on Father Mbaka, calling him fake and a criminal. Following reports that Father Mbaka demanded an apology over Okoye's Akacham remark. Accusations of false prophecy. Okoye alleged that Mbaka gave fake prophecies and they failed to follow through on promises, specifically citing a past incident involving former Enugu State Governor Chimaroke Nnamani and the comments on former President Muhammadu Buhari. Allegations of exploitation. Okoye alleged that Mbaka uses his adoration ministry to exploit followers for financial gain, and they urged followers to reconsider their loyalty to the cleric. Akacham controversy. The dispute involved intense debate over the Akacham remarks, with online supporters urging Okoye to apologize, while others supported his criticism of the priest. in something that looked more like a reconciliation when a reverend sister visited Akacham. This is what happened. Now, in a separate incident around the same time, Okoye made headlines for expressing admiration for a reverend sister who was part of a delegation visiting him, which some reports interpreted as a marriage proposal during a tense period for him with the church. This altercation sparked a significant debate on social media with varied reactions from proponents and critics of both individuals. Talking about Reverend Father Mbaka, who have sued Akacham to court. Research so far have shown that no such thing happened. It was a rumor. No such thing has happened. There is no file. There is no court case. There is no evidence that Reverend Father Mbaka sued Akacham to court. Even though in a video this early March, Akacham came out to say that Mbaka has sued him to court and he is ready to defend himself in the court. And he said he is not ready to apologize to Mbaka for anything, that he stands his ground. He started a video which looked more like an apology from the beginning, and yet he said his mind towards the end of that video. Watch.
James Louis Okoye Ubah is my name. People of God, I have come to apologize. I have come to sincerely apologize to our man of God, very Reverend Father Mbaka. He gave me 7 days to do so, and I think today should be the 5 or 4. So I hope I'm still on time. Our very Reverend Father Mbaka for deceiving the people. Yes, and I also hope that I will get a feedback from Jesus, so I'll have a double confirmation that my sins are forgiven. Onyushi. Before then, I will personally, because most of your followers are chiefs. Ubah is demanding your apology, starting with if Chimaroke wins second tenor, that you will remove your vestment as a Catholic priest. You are still putting it on, you are still cashing out with it. Your apologies will come first, Mbaka. In fact, God is still doing wonders, because I've just confirmed that you are the number one reason. I have a whole lot I wrote down. I have over 500 reasons why I said Akacham. From when I was 17 to now that I will be 46 by the 29th of May. Only to find out that you are number one reason. God is not a liar. God does not lie. Therefore, if you're a prophet and you say something that didn't happen, you are fake. Again now, if Chimaroke wins second tenor as a governor, Chimaroke won second tenor as a governor, let her use Senate to make Jala, and you are still there and wear your Miriamaka gown as a priest. Number 2, what is the fate of this manipulator? What is the fate of this country? Shall we continue to experience the bad luck? We need change. And that was when good luck stopped taking your calls. That was when you could not even get access to the first lady. You changed the Ozubo.